Hello, everyone. Today's webinar, we're going to go over how to inactivate, deactivate, or unqualify leads and opportunities that are assigned to accounts. In Yardi, as you know, we used to deactivate someone. In Salesforce, though, we're going to call it unqualifying if it's a lead, or marking an opportunity as closed lost. So we're going to start off with an actual lead who has not been converted to an account yet. So I'm going to go ahead and look at a lead that I entered in today, a test one for Robert De Niro. You'll see it here under my recent leads. So I put Robert in the system. I had him set up as working contacted, but we're going to go ahead and say, for the sake of the training, that Robert's family decided they're going to keep him closer to home, and they called us to let us know that. So the first thing you want to do when you get information like that is to make sure any open activities are closed. This one has no open activities. On the next example, I'll show you one with open activities and how to close it. Basically, you want to come down to the open activities section, and you want to ensure that there's no open activities, so that if someone's helping out at the community, they don't accidentally call or do whatever the open activity is after the person or their family had already said that they're no longer interested. So you want to close out any open activities. Then you're going to come back up and you're going to click edit to change a couple things. First thing you're going to change is the lead status. So we're going to go ahead and change it from working contacted in this case to unqualified. So we're going to make them unqualified, and we're going to scroll down to the bottom and put the unqualified category. So the category here would be location, and then the actual unqualified type based on that category is going to be that he is staying in his home. If you're unsure of what you should choose for a category, try to use the best judgment. But if it's something that is, not even remotely falling under any of these categories or types, shoot an email to Salesforce support at sigholding.com, and we can kind of guide you in the right direction or make changes to these lists if need be. So again, I put in an unqualified category. I chose a type. I changed his lead status to unqualified. I'm going to go ahead and hit save here. And you'll see now it says I changed the lead status from unqualified, from working contacted to unqualified. And that's my most recent update. You can see he's unqualified. You can see the unqualified reasons are in there, and there are no open activities at the bottom. So now if I go back to my leads page, if I change this to unqualified leads and hit go, I can see that he will show up on my unqualified lead list. And if I go look at my active leads, he will no longer show on my active leads. So I will know that he is unqualified for next time. I already don't have any open activities for him. So basically, he'll be in the database. If I ever need to, I can come in and reactivate him and keep working his lead account. But until then, it's just kind of stored in the database. Another question that was asked is, if someone is already an account and not just a lead, how do we do it then? Because if you're looking at an account, there's no longer a lead status. They're just an account. So how you would do it then is I put in another example of a lead that I actually converted into an account. This gentleman called Al Pacino here. I'm going to do a search on his name. We'll see here Al Pacino comes up, and I'm going to go ahead and click on the Pacino household. Like all my videos kind of say, I like to work from the household, just because that's where it holds all the information. So here I can see I converted him from a lead to an account today. I can see a bunch of different information on his account page, like always. First thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to look at open activities again. You'll see here that I have an open activity on tomorrow. I was going to call Al Pacino. But if his family had said that, he is no longer interested, he chose another community or something, we can go ahead and close this activity. So I'm going to go ahead and click on edit, and I will change the date to today's date, and we'll say that they called. So we'll do call. I'll say call in because they called me. It's assigned to me, which is fine. I'm going to put it in the comment, Al is no longer interested in community. I'm going to go ahead and close this out with status completed. Hit save. And you'll see here now that I have no open activities. That went into the activity history, and it says Al's no longer interested in the community. So I'm all good with the open activities. But what I want to do is I want to get rid of the opportunity, because you see here the opportunity is still at 10%. So what we're going to do is click on the edit button under opportunities, and we are going to scroll down near the bottom here, and we are going to go ahead and put in information about the closed lost lead. So you'll see under stage here, it's at 10%. So we're going to go ahead and change this to closed lost. And we're going to put in a lost category. So similar to the unqualified category, you can put in, I set an example competitor. We put in competitor. We'll say that it was location. He picked one closer to home again. Found community in LA. So in this situation, I went in on an account. I went into the account. I closed out any future contacts that I had with them so that it doesn't show up on the calendar again or on my task list. So if it's me forgetting and accidentally calling or emailing, or it's someone helping out at the community doing it, we want to make sure that doesn't happen. So we want to go ahead and close those things out. And we want to change the stage to close lost on the opportunity, as well as entering the lost category type and the specific reason for it. So when I go ahead and click save here, it's going to update the account. By scrolling down here, I'll see the opportunity is now closed lost, and I have no open activities. The account's going to still stay open. The way Salesforce works is it kind of keeps track of everything in the database. So the account will still be there. But when I go into opportunities and I take a look at lost opportunities, it'll show up on the lost opportunities. So it'll be in my list of lost opportunities. Somewhere in here. Looks like we got a lot. This is showing every community, basically ever too. So here it is. The Pacino household is showing as closed lost here. Shows my name. You can sort and create new list views. See my email or webinar, on creating different list views. So you can create one for just the ones you've lost, for instance. And you could do it by different date ranges and whatnot as well. But the nice thing about this is you can see, won opportunities. You can see what percentage you have these as. So basically, Al Pacino's household will not show under any of the percentages anymore. You can see the only opportunity I have in the system is this one, and it was closed lost. But if you have a number of opportunities, which you obviously will, it'll sort them by stage, and the lost ones will show up at the bottom. So I'll come into opportunities, and I'll know that this household was lost because of the stage being set to lost. So in today's webinar, we went over how to unqualify a lead and get them out of our system as an unqualified lead. It stays in the system, so I shouldn't say get them out of the system, just get them out of our pipeline of active leads. And then how to deactivate or unqualify, also close lost a account which has the opportunity assigned to it. So the account's going to stay in the system, but the actual opportunity is what we set up as closed lost, and we unqualify that opportunity. So hopefully this clarifies how you go about unqualifying a lead and setting an opportunity and account to close lost. If you have any questions on specific examples, feel free to email Salesforce support at sigholding.com. Thank you.